Hello, it's Deborah Richards, founder and managing partner of Madison's Residential, sales and letting agents on the Pantiles, right next door to Pantiles Canberra Centre, that way, and close to Exit 11 opposite over there. Um, well, I have lived in Tunbridge Wells now for, how old is my son? 23, about 24 years now. And of course, it's a really popular place for people to move to, mainly from the London market. And indeed, that was my trajectory. So I was living and working in London. I lived in Southeast London. I felt that I wanted to put some roots down and buy. So I actually moved to Sevenoaks. I only lasted 6 months in Sevenoaks. I was very sleepy then. I didn't have children. So one day I carried on travelling on the A21, found Tunbridge Wells and fell in love. I think Tunbridge Wells is a super place to live in. I think we can take it for granted when we don't go to other places, but I personally think it's great. And what is it that makes Tunbridge Wells so appealing to people like me who moved here and that elusive London buyer that we like to attract? Well, first of all, of course, it's got to be something to do with our schooling. So Kent has a grammar school system. Tunbridge Wells, interestingly, sits very close to the East Sussex border. So if you go down towards the Frantway or out to Bellsview Green, you'll very quickly leave Kent and be in East Sussex and Groombridge as well. But you can still have what's called appeal places if you live there. So if you live in East Sussex, you can still appeal to get into the grammar school system that sits within Kent. And I think with VAT going on school fees, never has the grammar school system been more important. The primary school that you choose is important because you have to pass this thing called the Kent test, the 11 plus, as it's also been called. So many parents decide to bite the bullet and pay for private education at the primary level to get them into the grammar schools. Or equally to pick the really good primary schools that have a great record at the 11 plus. Because if you can bank those grammar school places, then that is worth an awful lot of money to you. We've got some great grammars in our area. We've got Tunbridge Wells Girls Grammar in Tunbridge Wells. We've got Skinner's School for boys and Tunbridge Wells Boys Grammar. They're both in Tunbridge Wells. If you go to Tunbridge, we've of course got Weald and Tunbridge Girls Grammar for the girls and the Judd for the boys. So between those two big towns, we've got 3 grammars serving each boys and girls. Some of them are super selective. So you just basically have to do really well in your 11 plus. Make sure you live in Kent or East Sussex with an appeal place, or they have a catchment, so you have to live close to where they are. But of course, you've also got Bennett, which is an amazing school. Many parents deliberately choose not to go a grammar school route, even if they think their child would be fine with a grammar school route, because they want a co-ed environment, they don't want a grammar school environment, and Bennett is a superb school. So our schools certainly are what pulls people here. But certainly as well, we have got the most beautiful architecture. I regularly walk onto the Pantiles and hear people going, oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. And isn't it? You can take it for granted when you live here, but the Pantiles is absolutely stunning. Excuse me. And we've also got beautiful Victorian, Georgian and Edwardian architecture. So some really lovely houses. The village area, very popular for that architecture and really attracts those London buyers. But St John's, full of that Victorian red brick architecture. And then other areas, you just get good value for your money. So really nice, attractive houses and green spaces. We've got some fabulous green spaces. Calverley Park, excellent. It's got a nice little cafe in it. The Grove, you've back onto the Compasses. You've got Denorlan with its lovely boating lake. Just so many great parks. The Hilbert and Grosvenor Wreck. Just wonderful green spaces on our doorstep. And of course, that also links to our great amenities, really good leisure facilities, great restaurants, cafe culture, shops. The bottom end of the town, the high street and the Pantiles, really got a strong sense of identity. And you've got the out of town retailers as well. And of course, transport links. You can get up to London very fast. We've got great train service. If you're north of the town, Tunbridge has 2 lines that feed it. You've got the Ashford line and the Hastings line, but here in Tunbridge Wells, we've got the Hastings line. So trains every sort of 20 minutes or so, but of course, so access onto the A21. So you could be at Bluewater really fast, Lakeside if you go across the bridge, down to the coast, the Ashdown Forest. So we have got such lovely things on our doorsteps. Brighton, Lewes, you can get across to the Channel and hop across to the continent really easily as well. So much to commend Tunbridge Wells. We do therefore attract quite a lot of London buyers. I'm about to write an article for the business for the next one, all about how do you appeal to the elusive London buyer? What do you have to have with your property? And I'm going to record a vlog on that later on in the year. But certainly for me, Tunbridge Wells is a place where lots of people come to when they're thinking of having children for all those great reasons, and then stay there just like I do. If you are interested in moving to Tunbridge Wells, or indeed you're thinking of selling, do get in touch. We know all the areas really, really well. We know what their target buyers are, and we can certainly help you make sure that your home appeals to them, or if you're moving to the area, we can tell you which area we think would be best for you. I hope that was of interest. Have a great, great time, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.